thing. Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for all our great leaders from the Facebook, Ambassador Ilori Rita, and Christian Uzeri, and many, many more. Thank you so much for joining us, and also Isaiah. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook. I also want to appreciate those that have joined us on Zoom link. We really appreciate your time and your willingness and your curiosity to want to learn and to also to know better. Thank you so much, especially on mindset for transforming business and entrepreneurship. Now we are moving on to the next speaker for the day. We want to welcome Dr. Subrata Chatterjee from India. And he is a very innovative and highly networked teacher, international speaker, and a widely public writer. And he will be sharing with a published writer, and he will be sharing with us on magic of marketing and business plan part 2. And I think he's going to focus more on business plan today. So Dr. Subrata has earned MSc, MBA, PhD from IIT ISM Japan, and adept at innovative teaching practices. He is highly networked with the industry. He is not only teaching, but also practices, and his students do adore him for the same. He has contributed in more than 30 international journals and has published more than 23 papers in seminars and conferences. Besides, he has authored 3 books on computation in estate management, transport management, values and ethics for engineers and managers. He is associated as life member with ISTD, CMA, PRSI, NIPM, NHRD, NFED, ISABS, and does mentoring and consulting for various organizations. Dr. Subrata has been awarded and recognized as Outstanding Higher Education Leader of the Year by SOE Global Education Award in 2014, recognized by NFED for his contributions to mentoring, startup, teaching, and research for 2 consecutive years. He was conferred the prestige MTC Global Top Thinker Award in 2015 and Mentor of the Year by HRD India in 2019. Dr. Subrata is on editorial board of 5 international journals and NENDST Government of India, recognized faculty on entrepreneurship, and a mentor to startups. He is a mentor of change in the utter innovation mission of Government of India and has been conferred the prestigious Certified Management Teacher by MTC Global for his innovative and dedicated teaching and mentoring in 2015. Also, he has successfully chaired and invited as keynote speaker in several national and international conferences in South Asia. So permit me now to welcome Dr. Subrata Chatterjee to lead us or to teach us, to enlighten us on his own specialty, this time around, magic of market and business plan. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, revered respected Professor Dr. Elizabeth Lucas, who is so honorable, and she is like my mother, and all the respected ambassadors over here. I was listening to Dr. Mercy's session yesterday and today, and what an awesome session! What how much of learning. So it was really, really good. Lots to learn from your 40 years, 49 years, if
Mm,
I'm correct. So, almost half a century of experience. And, the total cumulative experience that we have over here in this esteemed panel, right? Ambassador Titus is there, Dr. Samina is there, and Dr. Stephen, and, all the esteemed guests, delegates, ambassadors were there on YouTube and Facebook. I think this is the fifth session that my revered Ma has bestowed on me for this month. So 5 days, the
thank
fifth
you
day.
so much. Thank you so much. Today is your last section.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
So every time when this master classes are held, uh, Ma tells me that you have to take so many days of sessions. So at that point of time, I think that how can I actually give so many days, right? Because we have our college, our classes and meetings and etc. But somehow, with the grace of God, time is managed, and I can manage time and speak out here. So today I'll speak on an area which I have been, actually doing, so mentoring the startups since way back 2008-9. So I'm a global mentor to startups and Wadhwani Foundation, which is National Entrepreneurship Network, which is present in so many countries across the world. And also, I'm the regional head of NFED, which is National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, and also an auto innovation mentor of Government of India. So, I'll not tell much about myself and my expertise, but will share some basics about a business plan. So, let me share my screen, and yeah, I hope it's visible. Yeah, yeah. So, what is a business plan? So, when we talk about a business plan,
Enlarge it for us. Can you?
okay,
Yeah.
is it fine now?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So what is a business plan? So a business plan is actually a written narrative, which is typically 25 to 35 pages long, which describes what a new business plans to accomplish. So basically, it is a plan of a business. And for most new ventures, the business plan is a dual purpose document which is used both inside the firm for their strategy formulation, as well as outside the firm for maybe funding, or for any other purpose that they may be having. So who are the primary audiences for a firm's business plan? So as I said, that it is internal and external. So internal audience would be the firm's employees, and the external audience would be the investors and other external stakeholders. So what are the firm's employees looking for? The firm's employees look for a clear, lucid, understandable, written business plan which will help the employees of the firm operate in sync and move forward in a consistent and purposeful manner. So what is the mission of the firm? What are the vision of the firm, the goals, the objectives, the role, the strategy, the different SBUs, the strategic business units, etc., that the employees may be more interested to know. Whereas from the investors point of view, from the angel investors or venture capitalists, from their point of view, the firm's business plan must make the case that the firm is a good use of an investor's funds or the attention of the others. Now, over here, we must know that when the investors, they invest into a particular company to acquire a stake in the company, it is the riskiest form of investment. So when we talk about investment, right, the most secured form of investment is a gilt-edged investment, it is said. So what are gilt-edged investments? It is basically investment into government funds. So you get a secured return after a particular tenure, and that the government, it is with the government, so it is in safe hands, and you will be definitely getting a safe, good return on investment. But then, when you talk about a government investment, there the return on investment is much lower. So the next riskier form of investment is to invest maybe in mutual funds. So in mutual funds, what happens is there is a corpus which is collected from several people, and there are different companies wherein the investment is being done. So those are mutual funds. Now there are different forms of mutual funds. I'm not going into the different types of mutual funds. The next is investment in equity. So in the stocks of different companies, right? So that means you are investing directly into the markets, and that is investment into the markets. So investment into equity. And the then is that you invest in a particular company. So when you invest in a particular company, right, you should be aware about the financial health of the company, the business plan of the company, so that your investors, your fund, may be actually utilized in a proper fashion. So it is a riskiest form of investment because uh, data has been data shows that out of the startups, around more than 99% of the startups do fail. So which means that only 1 to 2% maybe of the startups globally, they actually scale up and scale out. That is, they move to uh, commercial commercialization, and they earn returns on investment. So it is the most riskiest proposition for an investor to invest and be as external stakeholders. Okay, so what are the guidelines of a business plan? First of all, I'll take you through the structure of the business plan. So basically, when you are writing a business plan, to make the best impression, a business plan should follow a conventional structure. Now, what should be the conventional structure? There should be an outline for the business plan, which is shown in the chapter. Although some entrepreneurs want to demonstrate creativity, departing from the basic structure of the conventional business plan, so that's usually a mistake. And you see, the angel investors, the venture capitalists, the investors, they are all very busy people. And they want a plan where they can easily find critical information. So you need to make a very solid, lasting impression within the very first 2 minutes of your business plan presentation. So that is the make or break of a business plan. Now, there are many software packages which are available that employ an interactive menu-driven approach to assist in writing of a business plan. And some of these are very helpful, but entrepreneurs should avoid a boilerplate plan that looks as though it came from a canned source. Now, there should be a sense of excitement in the business plan. So along with the facts and figures, a business plan needs to project a sense of anticipation and excitement about the possibilities that surround an venture. So that is very important. Why should people? So first thing you need to understand that when you are preparing a business plan, why would people invest in your organization? right? What is so interesting about your organization that people would make an investment, and what is the ROI? Why should they go for your venture and not others? Why should they not go for other form of investments, right? That should be very clear in your mind, right? Because you are actually taking people's money, and it is not a child's game to actually use people's money, because if you are not transparent enough, then you will not get further funds. And if your business does not sustain, then it is not only you lose, but also they lose, and also the society loses. So it is very, very important perspective. So what is the content of a business plan? Let us go through it. The business plan should be very clear and concise. Information on all the important aspects of the proposed venture should be there, and it should be not too lengthy, but should be long enough to provide sufficient information. So it should be short enough so that readers' interest is there. And for most of the business plans, as I said, it is 25 to 35 pages max. Now, what are the different types of business plans? So basically, there are three types of business plan. So one is the summary business plan, which is a synopsis sort of, which is 10 to 15 pages, and it works best with the new ventures in the early stages of development, wherein these new ventures actually want to test the waters to see if investors are interested in their idea. The next is a full-fledged business plan, which is 25 to 35 pages. It works best with new ventures who are at the point where they need funding or financing for scaling up, and serves as a blueprint for the company's operations. And the third is an operational business plan, which is 40 to 100 pages, which is primarily for internal audience, works best as a tool for creating a blueprint for new ventures operations and providing guidance to operational managers. So as you can understand, operational business plan is basically for the internal stakeholders, whereas the summary business plan and the full business plan is for the internal as well as the external stakeholders. So I hope all of you have understood there are three types of business plan. One is the summary business plan, the full business plan, and the operational business plan. Okay. So recognizing the elements of the plan may change. So it is important to recognize that the plan will usually change while written, and new insights may also emerge when the entrepreneur or team of entrepreneurs, they actually brainstorm and immerse themselves in writing the plan and starting getting feedback from others. So what would be the outline of a business plan? So we'll, in the next few slides, I'll show you that what should be the outline of the business plan, what should be the contents of a business plan. And most of the business plans do not include all the elements introduced in the sample plan. We'll include some of the elements over here for the purpose of completeness. And each entrepreneur must decide which elements to include in his or her plan. So this is, just an a sort of sample, right? But business plans for individual businesses should be customized based on the business that is being done. So basically, when we prepare a business plan, the investor's presentation, there are 12 PowerPoint slides which must be there. The first slide must be the title slide. And then you write the problem that you are trying to address. So basically, when we talk about the problem, we try to address that what are the pains that you are going to ease, and how you are actually creating gains from the pains that you actually want to dissolve. So the problem statement should be very particular, and it should be very prominent, very precise, and it should make people understand that what is the problem statement, something which is a burning nature, which would be of help to the society at large. And then you should come up with the solution to the problem. So what is the problem and what is the solution? It should be very clearly spelled out. Now that you have come up with the problem and the solution, you should now go to the opportunity. So there is something called opportunity matrix, right? So you find out that what is the opportunity matrix, what are your opportunities, and what is the target market that you want to address. Next is, are you coming up with some technological improvement or technological advancement? That should be there in the next slide. Then you should also identify that what is your competition. So the competition should be very clear. And then what is your marketing and sales? So how much of marketing are you projecting yourself to do, right? Then what would be your revenues? How much of revenues would you earn? How much of sales would you have, right? And then who is your management team, right? Now over here in the management team, it is always advised that you have a management team with diverse capabilities. So say for example, someone should be proficient in marketing, someone in finance, someone in technology, someone in operations, someone in HR. Okay, so like this with complementary skill sets, so that each one can actually help and suffice the other. And the next part is something which is very, very important. And here, most of the startups actually get wrong because they cannot do the financial projections properly. And most of the times, this is inflated, right? So, whatever their requirement is, what are their own funds, how much of funds do they require, and why do they require? That should be justified. It should be very logical. So you cannot just ask for the moon to the investors. And then you should be very clear about your current status, how much of financing is required, and finally the summary. So these are the 12 important perspectives that must be there in a business plan. Very, very important. So the first slide, as I said, should be the title slide, and then you have the executive summary. So what is the executive summary? The executive summary is actually a short overview of the entire business plan. So people will first read the synopsis, like we write a research paper. In a research paper, we have to submit the abstract. So the abstract will actually give the essence of the entire research. Similarly, this executive summary will actually summarize the entire business venture, the business ecosystem that is there, right? And why this business is required and what is the need for doing this business. So it provides a busy reader with everything that needs to be known about the new venture's distinctive venture. And an executive summary should not exceed 2 single-spaced pages, max. Even though the executive summary appears to be in the beginning of the business plan, it should be actually written at the last. So the plan itself will evolve as it's written. So not everything is known at the outset. So you should ideally write the executive summary at the last, though it is present in the beginning of the business plan. Then in the executive summary, you will also mention about the key insights. In many instances, an investor will ask for a copy of the firm's executive summary initially, so as to qualify for funding pitch. that is there, and will ask for a copy of the entire plan only if the executive summary is sufficiently convincing. So this is very important, that what are you actually writing in the executive summary. That will give you a gateway towards the full business plan presentation. And if the executive summary is not written properly, then you will not qualify for the subsequent final presentation. So executive summary is arguably the most important section of the business plan. And then you should also go for industry analysis. So in this section, you begin by describing the industry that you are wanting to represent. So basically over here, you should write about TAM, SAM, and SOM. Okay, so the total available market, the services market, and the accessible market, and finally that what is the market that you will be able to cater to. So services operatable market. Okay, so TAM, SAM, and SOM is very important. So you need to give an estimate of the business that is there in that particular sector. What is the business size? What is the market size? The market growth rate, the sales projections, etc. So industry size, growth rate, sales projections, industry structure, the nature of the participants, what are the key success factors, the industry trends, the long-term prospects, all these should be there in the industry analysis. So an in-depth study of the industry and the gap should come out. That, well, this is what the industry has to deliver, this is what I am going to deliver, and this is the gap that I am working to fulfill, right? If that comes up very strongly, then you are actually being able to showcase the need for your business. You will be able to justify the reason for your doing business. That's very important. Okay, now before a business selects a target market, it should actually have a good grasp of its industry, including where its promising areas are, what are the points of vulnerability, and the industry that a company participates in largely defines the playing field that the firm will participate in. The next is company description. So you write about your company, right? So in this section, you should actually describe about your company's history, right? And then the mission statement, the products and services that you offer, what is the current status, and then the legal status and ownership. So legal status means what type of company are you thinking of? Are you thinking of a private limited company? Are you thinking of a partnership company? Are you thinking of a limited liability company? Okay, so there are different forms of companies. So what is the legal status and ownership of the firm? How many board of directors should be there? Okay, and what would be the role of each one of them? And then the key partnerships that you want to do. These all should be there in the company description. Okay, so yeah, so then coming to more about the company descriptions, at a first glance, this section may seem less important than the others, but it is extremely important because it actually tells about your company. Okay, so it demonstrates to your reader that you know how to translate an idea into business. And then the next is very important, is to do an exhaustive market analysis. So the market analysis actually breaks the industry into segments and zeroes on the specific segment or the target market to which the firm will try to appeal. Now, what you need to do over here? You should do market segmentation. So you should segment the markets. What segment are you there in? Right? Then, so segmentation would be including the demographic, geographic, behavioral perspectives, right? Lifestyles of people, right? The education, income, occupation, all these things, segmentation would be done. And then you go for target market selection. Next is you also need to study and analyze the buyer behavior and also the competition. And you should project in the business plan that where are you as regards your products, as regards your markets, as regards your scalability, as regards your operations, how you are uh, well positioned vis-a-vis your competitors. So market analysis is very important. So most startups do not service the entire industry. Instead, they focus on servicing a specific market within the industry and try to solve a specific problem. So it is important to include a section in the market analysis that deals with the behavior of the consumers in that particular market. And the more a startup knows about consumers in its target market, the more it can tailor its products and services appropriately. So that is very, very important. The next section would be the economics of business. Now, these are important parameters in understanding the business. So this section actually addresses the basic logic of how the profits are earned by the business, how many units of a business profits must be sold for the business to break even and then start earning profit. So what are the items to include in this section? You need to give a fair idea about what are the revenue drivers, what are the profit margins, what are the fixed costs, the variable costs, the operating leverage and its implications, what are your startup costs, taking all the costs into consideration. Then also you should give a break-even chart and the duration for you to break even and the calculations there. So all these should be there in the economics of business slide. So two companies in the same industry may make profits in different ways. One may be a high margin, low volume business. Margin may be high, but then volume may be low. Volume means the sales volume. While the other may be a low margin, high volume business. So it is important to make sure that to understand that what is your nature of business and how do you make sure that the approach you select is sound. You compute a break-even analysis, and that is very important exercise for any proposed or existing business. After you do the market analysis, the industry analysis, your business analysis, financial analysis, and then you come to the marketing plan. Now, what is the marketing plan all about? The marketing plan actually focuses on how the businesses will market and sell its products and services. So what do you cover in a marketing plan? So basically, when you are writing a marketing plan, it's basically will cover the overall marketing strategy for your organization, the products, the price, the promotions that you go for, what type of distribution would you go for? Would you go for manufacturer to customer, directly to customer? Would you go for a manufacturer to wholesaler and then finally customer? Would you go for manufacturer, wholesaler, distributor, then retailer and customer? So one thing you need to understand that the more the stages that you include in the distribution process, the costs do rise, and finally the end user or the customer has to pay a higher amount. So what should be your distribution strategy? That's very, very important. How do you reach to the customers? What would be your sales process or sales cycle, right? How would you carry out the sales process? That blueprint should be there. Then what would be your sales tactics, right? Yeah, I'll just slide is frozen. Just a minute. Yeah. So basically, what I was telling is that the best way to describe a startup's marketing plan is to start by articulating its marketing strategy. Understand the positioning, very important. How are you placed vis-a-vis your competitors? The points of differentiation, because when you are a startup business, you are actually differentiating. You are coming up with some new products, some unique products. So focus on the points of differentiation and then talk about how these overall aspects of the plan will be supported by price, by promotional mix, and the distribution strategy. And it's also important to discuss the company's sales process. The next slide would actually cover the design and development plan. So if you are developing a completely new product or service, you need to include a section in your business plan which focuses on the state of your development efforts. So what should you include over here? What is your product development status and the tasks therein? What are the challenges and risks? What are the projected development costs? The proprietary issues that may be there in the form of patents, trademarks, copyrights,
All
licenses,
these ones are firewood, but the way you arrange it,
brand names, etc. Okay. So then we come to the key insights in the design and development plan, which is you will find that many seemingly promising startups never get off the ground because their product development efforts stall, or the actual development of the product or service turns out to be more difficult than thought. So as a result, this is very important section for business developing a completely new product or service. The next important area is operations plan. What is it? It outlines how your business will be run and how your product or service will be produced. So a useful way to illustrate how your business will be run is to describe it in terms of backstage, that is behind the screens, unseen to the customer, which is called the dark side of marketing or dark side of business, and the front stage, which is seen by the customers. So what do you include in this section? One is the general approach to the operations, your business location, what are the facilities and the equipments that are required for the operations process. You include all these in the operations plan. So you have to strike a careful balance between adequately describing this topic and providing too much detail. So it is best to keep this section very short and crisp. The next section deals with the management team and the company structure. So the management team
I
of
think the
a new
second one.
venture typically consists of the founder and a handful of key management personnel. And as I said, it is always advisable to have people with complementary skill sets who will actually help and supplement each other. So what are the items to include in this section? You write who are the people in your management team, what are their capabilities, what are their positions, your board of directors, board of advisors, and your company structure. So many investors and others who read the business plan look first at the executive summary and then directly they go to the management team. Who are the people behind running the business? And these are the people who matter the most. They are the movers and shakers of the organization. So it is very important to assess the strength of the people starting the farm. Are they able and capable and suitable to run the organization, or they are just like that on the board of directors? The next section would be the overall schedule in a business plan. So a schedule should be prepared which shows the major events required to launch the business. So what are the milestones? What is the timeline? So what are the important parameters over here? The first is incorporating the venture. What is the timeline for it? Then completion of the prototypes. How do you complete the prototypes? What should be there in the prototypes, right? And what is the time required for completion of the prototypes? Now, what is your facility? Is it owned? Is it rented? Right? Is it leased? So rental of the facilities, you should take care of that. How do you get the critical finances, own financing? Then financing from others. Now, in case of financing, I always say that when uh, there are student startups, right? They ask the most important question is, okay, I have a business idea and I think that this is a good opportunity, but whom do I go to? Right? Now, do you know whom do they go to and who are the investors? I say that these are three F's. So one F, the first F is friends. They can approach their friends, right, for investment. The next is family. They can approach their family for funds for investment. And guess what can be the third F? The third F are fools. So people who may be highly impressed in your business venture, and they become a fool by investing in your organization. So friends, family, and fools. So these are the three F's. And then you start the production. When will you start the production? What will be your production capacity, right? What is your lean production capacity? What is your optimal production capacity? How do you obtain the first sale? Who would be your first customer? What would be the TG of your first customer, the target customer, right? What would be the description of the first customer? What type of person? Okay, so all these should be very important. So an effectively prepared and presented schedule can be extremely helpful in convincing potential investors that the management team is aware of what needs to take place to launch the venture and has a plan in place to get there. Then the financial projections should be there. So financial projections in the sense that the sources and uses of fund statement, assumption sheet, pro forma income statements, pro forma balance sheets, pro forma cash flows, ratio analysis, all these should be there in the financial projection. Okay, so basically the financial projection is again very important part of the business plan, because they take the plans you have developed and express them in financial terms. And the next important thing is, once you have developed the presentation, how do you present the business plan? So the first rule in making an oral presentation is to follow the directions. If you are told that you have 15 minutes, don't take far more than the allotted time. You should be well rehearsed. It should be very smooth, and the slides should be very sharp and not cluttered. Always go for question and feedback from the investors. The smart entrepreneur has a good idea of the questions that will be asked and will be prepared for those queries. So summing up, presenting the business plan to the investors, right? So these are, the 12 important slides. Okay. So title slide: problem, solution, opportunity, and target market, technology, competition, marketing and sales, management team, financial projections, current status, the financing sort, and the summary. So these are, the slides that should be there in the business plan. Okay, so I'll stop sharing, but I'll try to show you maybe a business plan presentation if possible. Let me see if I can actually show you a business plan presentation. Just give me a minute. uh, okay.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, sorry. Yes, sir. Yes, madam.
Yeah. Have you finished?
No, I'll just I just wanted to show you
Okay. The
business plan.
slides. Okay.
No,
Okay.
it's a video.
Okay. Video. Okay. Is the video copyrighted? Is it
No,
okay?
it's not copyrighted. Available in the public domain.
Okay. Because it's recording. So that's I'm thinking
Yeah,
that is it
I
okay?
understand. I'll not use videos which are copyrighted.
Okay. All right. So it's
Okay.
okay. It's okay to play it.
So
Yeah.
let me show you
Okay.
a video of one of my friends, right? And he has his business.
Okay.
So and in this video he actually talks about his perspective about. Hello, people. My name is Arnav Ray. Welcome to my
Okay.
YouTube channel. Just a minute. So I'll just share the screen.
And it's giving you the permission to share it.
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
that's good. That's good, sir. We're just being careful.
So this is a successful, very successful startup entrepreneur, right?
Okay.
And he talks about how to prepare a
Okay.
business for
Oh,
startup.
that's great. That's great. Thank you, sir.
I hope it is visible.
About to.
We are back with a brand new video. Today we are going to talk about business plan. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Arnav Ray. I'm an entrepreneur crazy about startups. Over the years, I've set up several successful ventures, and now I'm looking forward to share my experiences with you all through this YouTube channel. Hope my experiences will help fellow entrepreneurs as well. What is a business plan? A business plan is a roadmap for your business implementation. It outlines your vision, your goals, and showcases a plan for achieving them. Why do you need a business plan? Business plan can help you analyze the feasibility of your idea, helps you to decide whether you want to proceed or stop. Planning improves your odds of success. It can give you valuable insights, can help you improve your business as well. It helps you to keep you on track. And also, it can help you to communicate your idea to other stakeholders. So, what are the uses of a business plan? It can help to raise your funds, it can help you to communicate your idea to stakeholders, and also it can give you a project roadmap for structured implementation. So, how do you create a business plan? Let me tell you. First is ideation and feasibility. That is basic documentation of your idea and understanding of the conceptual feasibility. Once that is done, comes market analysis. That is economic, industry, and competitor analysis, which can help you to understand the opportunity. Then comes strategy formulation, which is drawing out the marketing, operations, and the human resource strategy for your venture. Once that is done, comes the most important aspect of the business plan. That is financial projections, which includes forecasting your costs and sales over the timeline, usually 3 to 5 years, to understand the startup expenses. So, what are the sections in a business plan? What does a typical business plan look like? Well, we start with executive summary, which is the summarized version of your entire business plan. Then you have the company overview, your vision, mission, objectives, and a little bit about your company and the founders. Then you have the products and services.
Sorry, we can't hear. Can you sorry.
Have the
Okay.
strategies and tactics, which is pretty much the marketing, operations, and human resource strategy. Then you have the milestones, the operation rollout, and the different initiatives you're going to take for your business at different phases of your business timeline.
the startup expenses, which is extremely important. You also must have the financial statements, usually projected over 3 to 5 years, and namely balance sheet, profit and cash flow statements. And if you're actually pitching your business plan to investors like VCs or angels, you should also have a return on investment, that is the ROI strategy in place of your business. If you need any help with preparing your business plan or your investor deck, you can visit one of my ventures at bplanexperts.com. If you have any queries,
Yeah. So, that was Arnab presenting about, what I told all this time. He told in a nutshell about how to write a business plan. Would you also be interested to see that, how the pitching is done? Want
Yes,
to
sir.
see, one video?
Yes, sir.
That is an interesting experience. I'll just
Yes.
try to show you maybe, one pitching, elevator pitch, so to say. So
Thank you so much for
just
all this. Yes, sir.
yeah, so basically, this elevated pitches are actually, you know uh, to show that how the startups present before the investors. I'll just, share my screen and try to show you one elevator vault pitch. Yeah, so I've shared my screen.
I used to work for this big software company. While waiting for the cab, I had this roadside pani puri and had fallen ill. So I was wondering, there would be millions of Prashant like me who cannot resist to have pani puri but are finding alternatives for it. So let's provide them a solution.
Can you increase the volume, please?
Created world's first pani puri brand in 112 flavors. We have franchised around 80 odd stores in 16 states, and we serve the entire Indian street food. The idea is pretty simple. We have small outlets with limited menu and place it around the nook and corner of the city. So we have created a revolutionary model. I create and you just replicate. So all the food that is being served at our store is being prepared at our base kitchen. And we make sure that they do not add additional flavor by dipping their hands into it. So we have made sure that that's not it. And we have also developed a concept called Pani Puri tablets. We are valuing ourselves for around 10 crores because we'll be clocking close to 1.8 crores for revenues in this particular financial year. So 10% is what I'm ready to shed for 60 lakh of rupees. You're valuing yourself at 10 crores and you want 10% for 60 lakhs. So that's yes. 6 crores. So just want to have you all. So this is probably a discount, the world discount that you can call it. So I would love to make you taste all the food. Please do. Balance these are the different flavors. This is Hatta Mita, this one is garlic, and third one is black currant. So you love garlic, so you should do rice and one other is black currant. Black currant as well as the spiciness. Can I try both? Yeah, why not? Fantastic. I will say black currant, this is black currant. We have around 58 odd products, so starting from Lucknowi Matar Chaat to Delhi Dahi Balla to Indori Poha to Mumbai Pav Bhaji. We are selling the entire Indian street food. Are you a product company or a service company? We are a product company. Product company. I'll not be selling just Pani Puri. So I am planning to sell the entire Pani Puri kit. There's this dehydrated potatoes in that. We have got puris in that, and then this tablet. So Pani, you don't have to go to Pani Puri. Basically, Pani Puri is coming to you. How much of your own money have you put in? We started off with 30,000 rupees, and initially this was a surprise to my mom. Because see, we come from a typical Marathi family. We are being taught that you have to do a bank job, yes, And quitting Infosys, apart from my dad, my mom, and my wife, everybody, my nani was also against me, my bua was against me, लड़का पागल हो गया. My dad's answer was pretty simple. अगर उसने सोचा है कि ये कुछ पानीपुरी में करना चाहता है, I will let him do it whatever he wants. And it's been 5.5 successful years. You have own stores or no, we do not have any company owned stores. So what's your revenue model? How does it work? So we have different models. So starting from 1 lakh rupees to 6 lakh rupees is the franchisee fee that we take. Then we supply everything from the base kitchen, and we get some percentage in this transfer of goods. Plus, you'll be charging 5,000 rupees per month per store as a royalty amount. What I understand from your revenue model is the number of franchisees you have, the more revenue you will have. Yes. It doesn't depend on their sales. Yes. So you have a cap of your growth. I don't think so. Like per city, more than 10 outlets of yours would be necessary. And that is 50,000 rupees. I mean, this is cap of 50,000. So I can't see your company becoming 100 crores, 1,000 crores. Sure. Apart from the royalty, he's selling. Margin on the product. That's right. That's no. I got it. If you're selling it to franchisee, I want to know the gross price and selling price. Yeah. I want to know the margin. What is the gross margin? So around we are making 12% per 12% is our margin that we're keeping for the stores that we sell the product. Very little, yeah. What was of the 1.8 crores top line? What's your batch this year? This is not my forte. If you draw a salary for yourself and your wife out of this one, as of now, no, you're not drawing. I'll be making expenses of 20 odd lakhs rupees. So 1.6 or 1 point this thing. And my cost of the product. So cost of the product. So about a crore you made last year. Yes. Subject to reviews and knowing your numbers, because I don't think you have the numbers completely ready. I would make an offer to you where I would like to buy 50% of your company or close to 51% of your company or 2 3. Why do you have to compare for that? Because I think let it run the show for you, April. Yeah, let it run the show. But no, that's my offer. I really appreciate that. I think if Rahul or some of the other guys are interested, I would love to buy about 10% of the company from the other guys. I need the valuation also to be decided by Rahul. But I love the company, I love the concept. Thank you so much. Thank you. So let me tell you where I am. My offer would be that for the 60 lakhs, I would like 20% in the company. And if Rahul is willing to come in, I'm happy to do the deal. Before you make the decision, probably I can serve you the drinks also. So this is fantastic pan shot. So idea here is, we have Indian street food concept. Were you just waiting for the offer before you give us a drink? No. I completely forgot about the drink. He said no offer. I completely forgot about the drink. So these are pan shots. Pane bahar is what we call it. Try to keep it chilled as possible, but what has he given you? He's giving 51% for 2 crores. So how much does that value your company? Around 4 crores. Okay. And how much is she giving you? She's giving me 60 lakhs for 20%. How much is that value? 3 crores. We give you 50 lakh rupees for 5 crores valuation. So that's 10%. Yeah. So you are on your own. You clubbing with? I can club. I don't have a problem with clubbing. They are brains of a different kind. I mean, there's a spoiler here. What I can do is you place across the inoxes, you can take your company from one. I don't know what your revenues from 80 properties are, but we could probably get to about 35 crores of revenue just at the cinema selling your bike. I don't think anybody can offer that. Two things that I want to bring to the table. One is the branding and the digital marketing aspect of it. Second thing, I think NRI market in the global digitalization. Yes. We've got operation in 80 countries, and I feel that we handle all the remittances to India. I think NRI could be a good important part. And I think expansion of the business globally also would be very exciting. So I have clubbing on this. We put in 26%. Yeah. For 50 lakhs. You said 20, right? I said 20% for 60 lakhs. I would love to have you all. Don't do that, because you should have someone on your board who actually look at it seriously. Too many cooks spoil the food. Don't do that. Should we say a floor of 26% at a value of 4 CR? At a value of 4 CR. And who you and Rahul. I'll stay out of it. Rahul and so what you passing the field? I'm passing. Because I wanted to decide if Rahul was Amira and me. We're happy to put in at a value of 4 crores, 26%. You already have me, and I don't want more cooks to be there. I don't want to do it solely. So I'll actually pass this one. Prashant, I will vote that aside now because I think once it's enough us bring to the table, I don't think or we can still go fast. And I know when you want to scale up, I don't think you have. That's the long one. Let's do it. Let's celebrate fun.
So thank you so much.
That
Right?
is good pitch. The good pitch. I
Yeah.
mean, he really presented it well, even to the extent that every one of them wants to have a deal with him. It's a really good pitch one.
So basically, my business plan presentation, I actually went through the steps and stages of writing a business plan. What are the key aspects of a business plan? What are the things that should be there? And then what I did is I took one of the successful startups, my friend's video, which I showed, who again reiterated the same things which I said, but it is always said that you hear it from the horse's mouth. So you know so from a successful entrepreneur, right, about a business plan that was shown, and then I tried to actually show you that how the investors
Yeah.
actually grill the startups, and how they go for stakeholding and the funds. So that was basically the entire package of my business plan presentation. Thank you so much to
Wow.
all. I hope all of you enjoyed.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's about my presentation. My last presentation for this month for YYCI for the year. That's it.
Wow. You've given us more than enough. I love everything for five sections that you've covered during this entrepreneurship and business masterclass. You've really done very well. And I can't, the reason why I'm laughing while I'm watching the latter part of that video was that I also watch what we call Dragon's Den here in UK. So where the stakeholders, the entrepreneurs, they do this kind of program, the same program that you just watched, where they allow others to come and present, to come and pitch their business and give them their business plan and other things like that. And then they ask questions, they ask the figures, they ask everything. And once you've convinced them, then that is the time they now bring offer. That's the time they now give you an offer to say, okay, I will invest 100%. I will invest 100,000. I will invest 50,000 into your company. And then they will tell you that they will take back from your company what they've invested in it. They can take back maybe 10% or 5% or something like that. It depends on the negotiation. So, and I think this is what we are talking about, that sometimes you have the idea, you marketed it, then you need to make sure that you know what you really want to present, either services or products. And then you make sure that you package it well so that you can present it to the stakeholders or the entrepreneurs or the experts. So when you present, I also watch another one as well. Here in UK, I always follow them nearly every week or something. That one also is Apprentice, where you have an idea, but you don't have money, or you have already started in a small scales and you want to expand. So this kind of program, they want you to come and tell them what you've already done, your business plan, and what you are expecting. So you have to be making sure that your figures are correct. So once you go through all their processes, the man that was organizing this one before, this man will now invest into your organization 100% and even work with you. And I think this is the ways we need to go forward. Either you want to start a business or you are already in business and you want to expand yourself. So your teaching, sir, Dr. Subrata, is excellent, together with Professor Mercy and also Honorable Ross today. Excellent, excellent. I remember while I was planning this program, I also make mention of something that came out of that video, sir, that you just placed. Let me show you quickly to really know that it's an excellent product. I mean, video that is what? If towards the end of it all, sir, I did mention that, let me see where that is. So you've really covered it with this video you just showed us. I said how one of it is how to attract customers, stakeholders, shareholders, partners, and bank. And I will go back to what Dr. Subrata has already shared with us today on your business plan. Very, very important. Once you have a very attractive business plan, you know what you want, you know what you want to do, you know what you want to present or to sell, then you can attract by pitching like the one that that man did on that video. Pitching it. When you pitch it in front of the stakeholders or the stakeholders or even the bank, even the partners, the collaborators and the stakeholders, and once you present it well and they understand everything you've shared, they now show interest, and you'll be surprised by the time you finish, one or two people will show interest in what you want to do. That is very important. And also, when we talk about how to write your business plan as well, so you can see that most of the things that we are saying on this platform is very, very important. He said that it will help you to start your own business, or it will help you to promote and expand your business. So we are not joking here. So on this note, I want to say thank you so much, Dr. Subrata, to really, 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 really spend quality time with us for 5 good sections. Wow. I want to say thank you. You really prepared yourself. You knew what you are doing. You shared from your expertise, and that once will make me to be confident enough to say that our next masterclass is going to be advanced masterclass, whereby people will need to invest or pay for that masterclass. So these are the things that's, what I've received personally from this masterclass has given me the nudge now that yes, I can move YYCA to the next level, advanced level, so that we can help people to really, really organize their business, sustain their business, expand their business, and many more, and become a successful entrepreneur. So thank you so much. Right. I think it is time for question time quickly before we close today's section. And I'm going to start with Professor Dr. Mercy Obey, because I can see you studying seriously during that time. You were listening, you were writing, so you will have questions for our prof.
This is a great one.
Mm.
I'm actually blessed to be here. Doc, you've made this whole program to become so attractive. God bless you. Well, I don't have question right now, although this business plan of a thing, I think we keep learning. So I, for one, I've taken snaps of his slides so that I can revisit them and work on myself. I'm on the platform of learning. So thank you, Doc, for giving us step forward in business plan. I don't have a question now, but if I have, as I walk along with your slides, I will send message.
You're
Thank
most
you.
welcome. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And you can also get him through me because
Yes. Yes. Yes.
he's our ambassador in YYCI, and at the same time, humbly, he asked me to be his mentor. I don't know what I want to mentor the expert. I, I don't know what I need, how to mentor the experts. I don't know, but where I humbly accepted it. So that is great. That is great. So thank you so much, Ambassador Professor Dr. Mercy Oben. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your comments, and thank you so much for still being with us after your wonderful presentation earlier on. Okay, Dr. Samina. Dr. Samina?
Yeah, it it was a wonderful presentation. I appreciate all the slides, videos, and performance, and uh, I say that well done, keep it up, and thank you so much for the performance. God
Dr.
bless
Samina,
you.
thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the pani puris. The you know you will
Yeah.
you will be accustomed
Actually,
to what
I
pani puri
also I also perform it like fruit salad, vegetable salad, and the coffee stall, fruit chaat, and tea stall in the school days when I was teaching in the school, and there was the festival annual. Sometimes they ask us to do these activities with the help of children, and so we also perform these
I
activities.
think,
Thank you so
uh,
much.
Thank you.
Revered Ma, I think pani puris are also available these days in UK.
Mm.
Yeah,
Golgappas and pani puris, they're available. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you so
the
much.
investment is less and the profit is high.
Yes,
Mm.
It
absolutely.
is, yeah.
It is, it
Thank
is.
you.
Thank you so much. Also, Dr. Stephen Cameron, thank you so much, Dr. Samina, for contributing and appreciating our great Dr. Saprata. Thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Stephen Cameron.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth. It was such an amazing presentation. I really loved it. I mean, I've learned a lot how to make a business plan, how to present it. I mean, how to pitch a business plan. It was such a comprehensive kind of lecture. I loved it, learned a lot out of it. And thank you so much, Dr. Subrata. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stephen Cameron, and also Ambassador Titus. Ambassador Titus, are you still with us? Do you want to make any comment? Ambassador Titus, do you want to make any comment? Nope. Okay. So let me quickly just, what's the time? All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate every one of you. And I just want to quickly round up and just remind us again. The main reason why we are doing what we are doing is because YYCI Academy is a place of mastering mindset and transformation. So what we're trying to do is to bring all this right information for you to store in your mindset and be able to get better understanding so that you can apply it to your business, to your life, to your entrepreneurship journey. I will also remind you again as we round up today that 4 factors that can limit and stop us from fulfilling our purpose, achieve our success in life, and be transformed are ignorance. Majority can have joined us on this program and learn and break free from ignorance, because sometimes what you don't know can kill you, can limit you, and can even stop you and hold you back. Lack of understanding is very crucial as well, because if you learn, listen, observe, read, and watch so many things, and you are trying to gain all these informations, if you don't get a better understanding, you can't really apply it, you can't implement it, and you can't do anything even to take action. You won't know the right action to take. Lack of vision. Every one of us must have a vision and a dream. Because if you don't know where you are going, if you don't know what you are, the reason why you're doing what you're doing, and you don't know your types of job, the types of journey or where you are going, you will be stuck at the midst of the problem. You will be stuck even in the midst of the crossroad. You will also be stuck because you don't know your left and right. So you need to have a vision. Every leader must have a vision. You need to know your vision, know the journey, know where you are going. It's very important. And the last one is unknown of our identity. Just like the first speaker have said today, if you cannot lead yourself, you cannot lead others. So by leading yourself is by knowing who you are, then better yourself, then position yourself in the society, then you will be able to help others. How do you know your identity? Know who you are, know your purpose, and know your why. And that is the moment of the truth. But everything in life requires hard work, dedication, commitment, sacrifice, investment, honesty, integrity, and gratitude. And that is the more reason why we will keep on encouraging our youth, our younger generation, our young leaders to keep on becoming life learner, because learning is living. However, curiosity will keep you thirsty for more. And no matter your level of education, you should never stop learning. And Y.Y.C.I Mama said, and I quote, "A thirst for knowledge is something that can never be quenched." So you need to keep learning and learning and learning until you get it right. So discover what your capable of while you are learning, and keep your growth mindset and keep learning. All our dreams, because we all have a dream, can only come through if we have the courage to pursue them by Walt Disney. And one of the skills for you to pursue your dream is to keep learning according to your vision or dream. Wisdom is the principal thing. And in all our getting, we get understanding. So if there is no better understanding, you cannot get the wisdom. Better understanding of life, which lead you to better and quality performance, and to fulfill your purpose in life, we only start from or by personal development, your self-actualization, self-assessment, and even self-love. Also, examine by critical thinking, examine the situation, the problem, the challenges, the obstacles that you are surrounded with, and challenges with your critical thinking. And with your creative thinking, as Professor Oben has shared with us today, you can find solution. Stephen Maribel said that when your mindset changes, everything changes along with it. The mind that is limit, as long as the mind can envision the fact that you can do something, you can do it, as long as you really believe it 100%, said by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Limitation lives only in your mind. But if we use our imagination properly, our possibilities becomes limitless, by James Paul Linnet. If you change the way you look at the situation, the things, the circumstances, the challenges you look at will change, said by Wayne Dyer. And that is where we finish up today's program. But meanwhile, we still have another section this evening. They still have another section this evening, and that is the same speaker that has done very well yesterday with our relationship in business and entrepreneurship on WhatsApp. He's coming back today with customer to come and talk to us about customer relationship management. The name of Ambassador Florence Joseph. So, and like I said before, she is a devoted wife, an entrepreneur, administrator, social secretary, YYCI Abuja chapter, a leader, and the CEO of FOJ Multi-Purpose Enterprises. So, permit me to say tomorrow is also another beautiful day. And guess what? Today, you've done very well to start as early as 9 a.m. UK time. Tomorrow, we are starting the morning section at 11 o'clock UK time. The more reason is that Dr. Elizabeth Lucas, the host of this masterclass, has been invited on a contract basis to teach on relationship in leadership at Institute of Professional Institute of Global Professionals. That's another great company on its own from Pakistan. So I'm going to be teaching them on relationship in leadership for almost 1 hour. So that is more reason why we need to start our program at 11 o'clock UK time tomorrow. That will be 12 o'clock Nigerian time. And our first speaker will be His Royal Majesty, His Excellency, Ambassador, Professor Sir King Clyde Rivers from United States of America. Who is this person? Founder and president of I Change Nations and King of Civility, where I was appointed, or I am still appointed as the senior advisor. So representative of United Nations for New York, King Okonyema Kombina Amisa of King of Ekufi Katua Kingdom in Ghana, and also the special advisor, former special advisor to President Pierre Nkurunziza, President of Republic of Burundi, Africa, and also one of the former member of advisory board of member of President of United States of America. And he will be coming to share with us tomorrow on, sorry, I think I'm missing it. He will come in to share tomorrow on another topic called mindset. Let me quickly see if I can get it. The 14th one, I think I'm missing it now, but he'll be coming to talk to us about the mind, the power of the mind. So tomorrow one will be the power of the mind. But the one of Thursday or Friday, the Thursday one will be the innovative mindset. Powerful, powerful. So please join us as we share together and gives you a lot so that we can take up of. Tomorrow also we have, that is it. So we have the power of the mind. And then we have our great leaders as well from YYCI. Dr. Samina will be teaching us on customer relationship management. And also Dr. Stephen will be teaching us on customer relationship management. But before they're speaking, somebody else is also, because financial is very, very important in business. So Ambassador Olaniji, which we didn't put the flyer here, we will do that tomorrow. We also be coming tomorrow to come and teach us both in the morning and in the evening section on financial and on finance in business and entrepreneurship. And I think it's very, very important. So tomorrow we're starting very late. We are starting around 11 o'clock in the morning, but we will see how we can accommodate all our 4 speakers. And also this evening, we are also, for those people that will be joining us on WhatsApp, we will continue, but this time it will be customer relationship management this evening and tomorrow as well. So all these things are very, very important. That is why we keep bringing our speakers back to come and give us the part 2 of their teaching so that we can get it right. Remember, I said, better understanding brings wisdom, and wisdom is the only thing that you will gain to apply what you've learned. So very, very important. I won't say much about all this, and our great motivator, our great moderator for the evening is Ambassador Emmanuel Charles, and he will also be guiding us through and sit us down, relax while we learn a lot in the evening, starting from 6 p.m. UK time on the WhatsApp. We also have a lot of master classes there. And really, the state of your mindset will determine your network, net worth, associations, friends, and group you belong to. So it's very important that you watch those you associate yourself with. So this is the end of today's masterclass, and I want to express my gratitude to all our great speakers for this morning, and I'm here from since 9 o'clock this morning. Wow, we've done a good job, and you can agree with me that they have really delivered greatly. And we want to say thank you so much to all our great speakers. We appreciate you all. Thank you for your patience to all our listeners, our learners. Thank you so much. And now we need to quickly end this program, and I need my final agreement with my YYCI member. So the question is, can I end this meeting now?
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
Ambassador Professor, you want me to continue? Ambassador Professor Mercy, you are looking at me. You want us to continue? I thought you will be tired. You will be tired by now. You didn't say yes, you can.
I'm enjoying it. So
And
I'm,
you,
I'm really enjoying it, but we can close. Too much of
thank you.
everything is bad, they say.
Exactly. So please answer yes, you can.
Okay, because you are very specific. That is
No.
why I kept quiet.
No. All of
You
us on
understand
this
what I
platform.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
So yes, you can.
And
And best wishes
yes,
for
you can.
tomorrow. Best
And
wishes for
Best wishes for
tomorrow's
tomorrow.
festival where
yes.
you
May
are
God,
going.
Okay. So
yeah, may
can
God use you
I?
for His glory. Amen.
Amen. Amen. God will continue to give us strength. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, once I finish here again, I'm dashing to go to London to do a part-time job there and then travel
Amazing.
back. But we have, don't worry, after this master class, there will be no master class in April. So a whole month is for me to rest. And if I can extend it again, I can extend it, and there will be no masterclass in May. But let's see how it goes. But April, no masterclass. So I have a whole month to go to Dubai, or go to Nigeria, or go somewhere to just rest.
Yeah, that's
I'm a
amazing.
such.
Wow.
So,
Yes, it's necessary.
yes,
When
yes, yes.
when you are going
I'll take you
to
along.
Nigeria,
I don't know. I don't know. Nigeria, it's in process. It's in process. Nigeria is in process. So,
a
Yeah.
long
uh,
time.
I don't want to say anything loud, Dr. Samina, but it's in process.
She's welcomed anytime.
Definitely.
Okay, best wishes for you.
And then I will come
Best
to
wishes, yeah.
and then I will come to Pakistan as well.
Sure, sure,
Exactly.
sure.
Most
And when you are
welcome.
going, you put me in your bag.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to ask the final question again. Can I end this meeting? You see, you make it to just laugh.
Ye- Yes, you can.
Okay,
Yes,
You
you
can.
can.
all right, let's do it corporately. Ambassador Titus, you are part of this funny time. So I want to ask all of us, can I end this meeting now?
Yes,
Yes,
you
Yay!
you can.
can.
Thank you so much.